Well, I thought it was a very dysfunctional game in some ways. We never, for us to win by 15 and only shoot 36.5% is a little befuddling to me. But we kept them, a team that's a pretty good shooting team. I think 28% in the second half had a huge impact on it. I thought our offensive boards were really the difference in tonight's game. Jean had a terrific night. I mean, her ability to keep the ball alive, along with Amy Ordner. I think Janae McNeil, a lot of our perimeter players did a great job of just getting us second chance opportunities. Now, we didn't capitalize on them, so that was a little concerning. I mean, we need to be able to capitalize on those opportunities. And we had a couple transition plays we just didn't finish. So there's a lot of things we have to get better at. We certainly nowhere near came close to playing as well as we're capable of. But all in all, I'm pleased with the way we found a way to win this game. I mean, to out-rebound them by 12, to create 16 turnovers. We had a positive assist turnover ratio. So all those things are really positive, and I think for the most part, as we move forward now, we've got two really tough games coming up, and hopefully this week layoff. I think we were a little rusty coming off the week layoff, having played Duke last Sunday.
Gene, just start with what were you seeing from the defense out there, and just how are you feeding off your teammates with the big performance tonight?
Well, they're playing heavily towards Kelsey and Amy in the other post, so I just tried to spot up and find the openings, and they did a good job of reading the defense and getting me the ball. So I think I have the easiest job in the world. I just have to spot up and shoot, and then they started playing me more heavily, and I think that's when the posts got more open looks and were able to feed off each other.
Kelsey, just talk about how you're trying to get the defense is obviously keying in on you today. How are you trying to get the ball to some other teammates, and what we've seen from the defense out there?
Well, when I would come off screens, they were doing a good job of giving me a hard hedge or a trap. So I was just trying to look back at my post, who was either popping or rolling to the basket, and trying to get them open shots or passing to the other post, and then they would get an open look. But just trying to spread the floor, move the ball around, and kind of get more people involved and see what was open and what was working for us.
And then Lena, a big game off the bench. Just talk about the bench in general and how important that was to today's game, especially with Bree Johnson out today.
It's really important for all of us that are on the bench to come out strong and make sure that we're focused and keyed into all the things that the coaches are saying. Like they said on the screens, it's really important that we pick and roll or pick and pop if they're going with them, and just make sure that we spot up and look for the extra pass.
And then, Coach, if you can just, what are you guys going to key in on in practice these next couple of days going into Yale on Thursday?
Well, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, I'm first of all, I just want to compliment Lena. That's her second game that she's really had a huge impact, on the game, and that's something we sort of expected at this point in her career, and she's really starting to turn the corner, and I think that's going to really pay dividends down the road. We need to get a little bit more production there. I think, as Madison Hovering gets a little more experience, she had a rough game down at Duke because of the size differential, and then here tonight they were just so big defensively, and even early, the first few minutes Lene went in, she got buried too deep in the lane and they scored too easily. She adjusted to that, came back, did a really nice job, changed things around, and then we were able to get more production. But Yale's a very, very good team. When you look at their statistics, they've got like 4 or 5 players in double figures or close to double figures. They have one very, very productive scorer. I think her name's Sarju, but she does a great job of distributing the ball, like Kelsey. I mean, Kelsey had 0 turnovers today, 3 big assists, and I think the balance is something. When I look at teams like Yale, that's something we aspire to be a little bit more balanced, with more production, and I think we're getting there. But as I look to these next 2 games in particular, we got our hands full because we're going to go from a really tough road game at Yale to playing probably the second best player, non-conference opponent on our schedule after Duke, and that's Albany. They're a terrific team. So we've got a lot of work to do this week.
Good.
Gene, I was just going to ask you, you look like you really enjoy playing defense out there. You're very aggressive on D today.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a very energetic person, so I think that's where I can contribute and just try and talk and get everybody on the same page. And I think our defense really fuels our offense, so once we get that going, our offense really starts to flow, and then that's when we take over the game and start extending our lead.
Kelsey, I was just going to ask you, on your senior season, you're off to a good start with 4 out of 5 wins. How do you feel the team is coming together?
I think we're making progress each game. I mean, each game presents new challenges and new takeaways. So in practices, we're just trying to focus on what we did poorly in the previous game and really focus on that and make that not an issue anymore. So I think we're getting better each day, but we still have a long way to go.